And it came about that the great King Arthur did dream that night of Lady Fortuna.
Arthur, where are you?
I am on a high wheel, but I do not know what kind of wheel it is.
It is the Wheel of Fortune. From here you can see the whole world, and you're the lord of all of it, you big posh git.
Ouch! What was that for?
Such is earthly pride that no one is seated so high that he can avoid falling from power in the world.
All right, you could have just told me that. You didn't need to break every bone in my body.
And where's the fun in that?
The Fool's Journey.
Now that the fool has experienced the introspection of the hermit, he soon finds himself faced with a large turning wheel, surrounded by what appear to be rejects from a Village People audition.
Roll up, roll up, roll up to the Wheel of Fortune. Try your luck and be a winner in the game of life.
Ooh, is this like roulette?
The prize is far greater than anything you'd win on those crude little games.
Really? Wow, what is it?
Why, a life of fulfillment and joy. The ability to accept all situations, good and bad, with grace and dignity.
Oh, so no cash prize then?
Let's give it a spin and see how you fare. Whee!
Spin, 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 spin.
And you're a winner! Lady Luck has taken a shine to you, my friend. You're heading toward the greatest prize of all. How do you feel?
Wow, I feel fantastic. I knew I could do it.
Woohoo! Ready for another spin?
Definitely. I'm on a roll.
Spin, 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 spin.
Is that going to happen every time?
And now you're a loser. Lady Luck has flown away and left you to your miserable, pathetic life. How do you feel now?
Oh no, what a bummer. I feel terrible.
Change is happening all the time, fool. The people you've met so far in your journey have spoken to you about the things you can control. But what about the things that you can't? Life is a game of chance. Sometimes you're on the way up, and sometimes you're on the way down, but nothing stays the same for long. Such is the nature of the universe.
Well, in that case, what's the point in me doing anything if I've got no control over the outcome? I may as well sit here and watch everything happen as it chooses to.
Of course, you've still got control, fool. Triumph and tragedy happen all the time, but it's your choice what to do about it. You don't choose the hand you're dealt, but it's up to you how you play it. Imagine you're given a huge pot of gold.
Oh, yes, please.
And then you blow all the money on parties and false friends, eventually dying poor and alone. How about if the wheels fell off your cart?
Well, that'd be terrible.
Which prevents you from accidentally driving it off a cliff, which is likely when you look at your history with cliffs.
Well, I suppose that would be for the best in the end.
And brink down when the earth went down and I was penetrators.
Right. Thanks.
Oi, Leo, stop looking at Anubis's arse.
I wasn't. I never did.
Change happens all by itself, but progress is up to you. Now go forth into the world with positivity and try to see the good side of every situation.
Let's spin the wheel one more time.
Spin, 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 spin.
And you've won a bout of explosive diarrhea.
All right, you can stop spinning it now.
Hello, hello, hello. Let's be having you then.
What? But I haven't done anything.
Tell it to the judge, Sonny.
The judge? What's this all about?
Sorry, sir, we've run out of policeman cliches. Clap him in irons.
Ah!
It appears that fortune has farted all over the fool's porridge. To be continued.
Fortune and misfortune, serendipity and calamity, lucky and unlucky. We all know these things are very much a part of life and the subject of today's card, the Wheel of Fortune. This particular tarot card comes as a reminder that as much as we would like to, we can't control everything and the universe tends to have its own plan. Sometimes we're on the way up and sometimes on the way down, but change is happening all the time. What really matters is how we accept this and our ability to adapt to new circumstances. Arthur Edward Waite's brief description from his key to the tarot is destiny, fortune, success, elevation, luck, and felicity.
Felicity? Who's Felicity?
Earlier cards all depict a similar scene of a great wheel with different characters rising and falling on either side. This is based on the medieval concept of rota fortunae, the wheel belonging to the Roman goddess Fortuna. She would often be shown blindfolded and spinning the wheel at random to depict the capriciousness of life and the eternal changing of fates. In modern parlance, this has become known as Lady Luck. Later versions, including the Waite-Smith card, drew inspiration from Eliphas Levi's depiction of the wheel, which itself was inspired by the book of Ezekiel from the Old Testament. This tells of a vision that was experienced by Ezekiel the priest, where he witnessed the chariot of the Lord borne by 4 living creatures. These are described in verse 10. As for the likeness of their faces, they 4 had the face of a man and the face of a lion on the right side, and they 4 had the face of an ox on the left side. They 4 also had the face of an eagle. The figures correspond to the fixed signs of the zodiac: Leo, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Taurus. Christianity has also identified them as the 4 evangelists. We can see these living creatures sitting in the clouds with open books on the corners of the Rider-Waite card. According to Waite, the 4 living creatures of Ezekiel occupy the angles of the card, and the wheel itself follows other indications of Levi in respect of Ezekiel's vision. On the left side of the wheel we find Typhon, the great and terrible serpent from Greek mythology, who battled with Zeus to become the supreme leader of the cosmos. According to the legend, Zeus defeated Typhon with his thunderbolts and buried him beneath Mount Etna. Rising up the right-hand side of the wheel is Anubis, the Egyptian god of the dead, who ushered souls into the afterlife.
I don't want to go.
Get in.
At the top of the wheel we can see the Sphinx, returning from the Chariot card. This is said to symbolize stability above the changeable nature of fortune. Waite says the Sphinx is the balance contained in this constant motion. The wheel itself is marked on the hub with the alchemical symbols for the 4 elements, which also correspond to the 4 suits of the minor arcana. On the rim we can see the tetragrammaton, or the 4 Hebrew letters of the divine name: Yod, He, Vav, He.
What's any of this got to do with Yoda? A brief history of the tetragrammaton.
The tetragrammaton is the 4-letter transliteration of the Hebrew theonym. The 4 letters in turn are Yod, He, Vav, He, and are thought to be an abbreviation of the unpronounceable name of God. This has evolved into the vocalizations Yahweh and Jehovah.
He said Jehovah!
Although this is considered a misnomer by many, as it is an attempt to pronounce a word with no vowels. According to Donald Michael Craig, the Yod He Vav He says that God is the ultimate unity, a perfect blend of all dualities, a unity of all opposites on all planes.
Weaved in with the tetragrammaton we can see another 4 letters returning from the scroll of the High Priestess: T-O-R-A. Clockwise this spells out tarot, while anti-clockwise we get the word Torah. We also get the word rota, which is the Latin word for wheel.
But what does it all mean?
The appearance of the Wheel of Fortune is universally associated with changes happening in our lives. This can be read as encouragement during hard times that things will inevitably get better, and serves as a reminder to be grateful when things are going well for us. It also asks us to consider how we respond to the uncertainties in life. Are there lessons to be learned from these seemingly random shifts in circumstances? According to Paul Foster Case, every effect is the consequence of preceding causes, and the better we grasp this law of sequence and cyclicity, the greater our command over subsequent events. There is periodicity in everything. When the wheel appears upside down, it can mean a resistance to change, a bit like trying to swim against the currents of the universe. According to Rachel Pollack Reversed, the card signifies a struggle against events, usually doomed because the change has already happened, and life will always win against a personality that tries to oppose it. However, on the upside, it can also be an indicator of escaping from a pattern that's having a negative impact on us. Our lives tend to work in cycles, and getting an awareness of cause and effect can encourage us to make positive changes.
Correspondence Corner!
The Wheel of Fortune sits on the 21st path of the Tree of Life between Chesed and Netzach. This is the path between mercy and victory. It corresponds to the Hebrew letter Kaf, which means palm of hand. The wheel's musical note is B flat. Its corresponding herb is slippery elm, and its planet is Jupiter.
The big takeaway for the Wheel of Fortune is the changeable nature of reality and our place within it. Many believe that there are mystical cycles and rhythms to the cosmos, and that we are all part of a much greater celestial plan. According to Waite, the wheel stands for the perpetual motion of a fluidic universe and the flux of human life. Certainly the themes of chance and unpredictability are richly apparent in the card numbered at 10 in the major arcana, As Shakespeare wrote in Act 2 of King Lear, Fortune, good night. Smile once more. Turn thy wheel.
Thank you for joining us on Kippy's Quest. May the coming days bring you luck, success, and the good fortune to like this video and subscribe to our channel. Until next time.